Hi, I'm Rupert Crowfoot. I'm the CEO of Six Physio. We're a group of practices based down in London. And I have the privilege, or have had the privilege for the last 12 plus years to co-lead and part own Six Physio along with Matt Todman, who in the world of physiotherapy, a few more of you will know. I'm also one of the founding directors of the Musculoskeletal Partners Network. It's an organisation, trade body, association that's been set up by Simon Devan at Pure Sports Medicine, ourselves at Six, and by Andrew Walton at Connect, based up in Newcastle. And we just wanted to push some stuff out to you. This is the first one of these I've done. I fielded lots of calls, as has Simon and Andrew, and lots of others, others of us as well, over the last, couple of funny weeks, and we just felt it would be helpful to talk to you, tell you what we're doing, what we've done, what our current view is, and as part of MSK PN, try and encourage many of you to come together, because as a collective we've got a more powerful voice, and we've certainly got some things to sort over the coming weeks and months. So all I should add is a little caveat that says I'm not doing this in a formal capacity. I can't give you legal advice. I can't tell you what you can and can't do contractually, but I can just tell you and share with you what we're doing at Six, what we're doing at MSK PN, and I hope that's helpful. There's lots of people who are trying their very best to help out in the industry and the profession, which is fantastic, whether that be the CSP, Physio First, Jack Chew. There's a long list of people, and I hope this will be one of a series of quick videos that will just be helpful and useful. So here goes. Sorry, it's a little rough and ready. I'm feeling a little rough and ready as well, but that's just the way it is. So the background is, we shut up at 6, all of our clinics at 6 p.m. on Friday. And if somebody a few months ago had said to me, you could go from full tilt to a standing stop in terms of patients and revenue and having your clinics closed in the space of a couple of weeks, I'd have asked, I'd have looked at you very strangely and wondered what you were smoking or snorting, because it just didn't seem possible. But here we are, and it's happened far faster than any of us could have envisaged. We have been nervous at Six for probably 4 to 5 weeks. We have been seeing how it might pan out, and it has panned out in the sense that we have shut up shop. So we're getting used to this new virtual world we are now inhabiting. The teams at Six have been amazing last week at getting set up virtually. We've been successful in carrying out several hundred virtual appointments last week, and the same is looking true for this week, which is fabulous. So if you haven't done that, jump on, start doing something. I'm sure you all are. This particular video, I just wanted to talk briefly about some of the business stuff. And what I'd like to do is I want to talk a little bit about cash, and then the landlord piece, and what we're doing and what our view is. I hope that's useful. And then I hope a little later today to push out something about rates, then to talk about perhaps suppliers, cash flow forecasting, the insurers, etc., etc. Simon Devan said he's going to do one of these as well. There may be a bit of overlap. I'm sorry if that's the case, but I think we just need to get this stuff out. We haven't really got much time to coordinate, and I hope we'll both bring, not dissimilar perspectives, but add something different. So just first up, the background to all of this, and in addition to getting our teams this week up and running virtually, doing what they can to carry out a few appointments, help patients and do their thing, and stay busy and sane. The big focus for us in Six is just about taking the organisation and the head office team from doing kind of monthly cash flows to the weekly ones that we started doing a couple of weeks ago to doing them daily, because this is all moving very, very fast, and cash is absolutely going to be king, and your ability to manage your business and manage your cash flow, you're going to have to pay some things out, clearly, to your people. Let me just say something to the people. We're a very personal service business, it's all about our people. And if you don't carry them with you and through and out the other end of this successfully, then you won't have a business left. What you'll be left with is probably some expensive premises, a bunch of kit, and no business. So, our number one priority at Six is looking after our people. There's going to be some tough and painful choices we're all going to have to make. We're all going to have to get paid a lot less. We're all going to have to take some unpaid leave, a number of things to get us out of this hole. But for me, the cash piece is going to drive a lot of decisions. So you need as quickly as possible to get your fingers on all the right buttons and be pulling all the right levers and making smart choices now to eke out whatever cash you have in the bank. I'll talk a little bit about banks on a subsequent one as well. But, managing your cash is going to be the difference between survival or no survival. So please start doing it. Please get a grip on it as soon as you can if you haven't done already. I don't want to teach grandma to suck eggs, but it really is probably the single most important thing for your business right now, and it will drive a lot of the decisions you make moving forwards. So to landlords, because that was the real purpose of this little shot, and to say a couple of weeks ago I started emailing them all to say our revenue's starting to fall quite rapidly, and I can foresee a position where we actually have to shut the door, and I don't know how quickly that's going to come, and that decision might be taken out of my hands by the PM, and of course as of last night that decision has been taken out of all of our hands, and now we're shut up. So my key first point is talk and keep talking. We are all not going to get out of this hole unless we all talk to each other and to everybody in the chain, and that whether that be suppliers, our staff, our patients, or our landlords. So talk to them now if you haven't done already. Tell them what you're seeing. Tell them you've shut up shop. Tell them that you've got no income coming in, or virtually no income coming in, and therefore you cannot pay your bills. I note this morning the government has said you're not going to be able to. You're not going to forfeit your lease if you don't pay your rent for 3 months. 10 days ago, 2 weeks ago, we said we were going to start paying everybody monthly, and then within a week I was saying, actually, I want a 6-month rent-free period. So my second take-home message for you today is, if landlords are saying, well, we'll give you a break, we'll give you a holiday, that's not going to be enough. Yes, it'll help with your immediate cash flow because you haven't got to pay them, but the nightmare is kicking the can down the road such that in a year's time you're effectively trading insolvently because you've got this wall of liabilities and money that you still owe to landlords, to the council in terms of rates, to your people because you said I'll try and pay you at some point down the line, or I'll defer that bonus payment I was going to make to you. Don't make those promises. Don't push the can down the road. What you need is everybody needs to take a bit of a haircut here. And if your staff are taking it, which they're going to have to, you need your suppliers to take it. And you definitely need your landlords. For us as a business, our two big costs are our people and our rents, rates, and kind of property related costs, service charges. So you need to be saying to landlords now, it's at least a 6-month rent-free period would be my view. There's a bit of uncertainty. Nobody's going to say, oh, yes, of course I will. Out of the 14 landlords, I've now got 2 who've kind of accepted that that's the reality. We haven't formally signed up to that. And a number of others are starting to wake up and understand the seriousness of the situation and realising that things are just going to have to be very different, and the rule book has been entirely ripped up. So those are the 2 key messages. Talk, keep talking, ask for as much as you can, and I think it's a sensible view to say a 6-month rent-free period, full stop, end of story, and here's why. I think we've explained that. Don't kick the can down the road. It's not going to help you. There's certainly lots of stuff starting to come out. I noticed yesterday King's Cross Development has said they're going to give a 3-month rent-free period to all of their tenants. I don't think 3 months is going to be enough. I think it's going to need more than that, because I think we're going to be shut up shop for some time, and that's before we get a kind of a bounce in this, and get a second wave of this coming through the country. But let's see. But ask for as much as you can and just talk and keep talking. That's all for now. I'll hopefully be back with some stuff on rates, on suppliers, and maybe a little bit more on cash flow forecasting.